Because the minutes were such a key record series, the district was concerned with making sure that they were that they had a backup copy in case anything should happen to the originals. So, like a number of other key record series, including bylaws and agreements, the minutes were sent for transferring into microfilm. So this is what a microfilm reel looks like, and it's great because you can have many multiple years of records stored in a very compact, convenient form. And as long as you have a microfilm reader, which we do here in the archives, it makes consulting the records quite quick and easy. The other thing that happened with these filmed records is they were then used as the basis to make the digital copies that we're now putting online through the archives catalog. So the original minutes were first filmed, transferred into microfilm, and then that microfilm was used to create PDF copies of the minutes. Because some of the earliest minutes are handwritten, and because some of the early typing is a little bit dodgy, when you run OCR on those kinds of PDF records, when you run an optical character recognition on those kind of PDF records, the software sometimes struggles to recognize what those characters are. So when you actually look at the text that it's picked up, it tends to be just a bunch of gobbledygook. So when we were creating our descriptions online, the archivist who was responsible for creating those descriptions had to go through and compare what the OCR was picking up in the PDF with what the minutes actually said, and actually ended up doing a lot of transcription or correcting the OCR text to make sure that when people are searching for a term, they actually do find that term in the records.
Can you run the microfilm?
Oh,
or talk a little bit about the machine?
This is the microfilm reader that we have here in the archives. We tend to use it mainly for newspapers. Newspapers are the largest sort of records that we have that are consulted regularly on microfilm, mainly because newspaper is such terrible quality paper and they take up a lot of space. So it's long been the practice of libraries and archives to, rather than keep the hard copy originals, to keep the copies on microfilm. And it's a pretty easy system to use. The one we have here, the film loads onto the reader and you see it on the computer screen. You can then make copies of this. You can save this a PDF. You can make printouts if you want. And you can just use the buttons on the screen here to scroll through either quickly or more slowly, and you can read the film. Microfilm, we also have records on microfiche, which is a very similar idea, except rather than having a roll of film, you have a single card with very small little images which you can zoom in on. Film is a fantastic preservation medium. All you need is light and magnification, and as long as you have that, you can read these records. So I think it sometimes gets a little bit, I don't know, it's a bit old-fashioned maybe. It's not digital preservation, but film is, I think, really cool. And most archives still have lots of records on film and microfiche and at various sizes. So it's a very cool preservation medium.